Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I hope everyone who is a mother had a great Mother's Day. So this episode was well, it was something. I feel confused about this episode for so many reasons because this episode wasn't terrible. Some stuff happened, and then some other stuff that just really didn't go anywhere. And then there was just certain characters that just weren't really needed at all. Like, they just were there to be there. And yeah, I know that some people are contracted to be in a certain amount of episodes, but you can just tell when somebody's there and it's just like really, you really showed up to work today to do what exactly? Just to run out the clock? That's okay. So let's start with Sam and Maxie. And this is one of those things where it's like Sam was there and she served exactly no purpose. I mean, Maxie was pretty much asking Sam, to bring back Jason because, Britt is there and, I need her to kind of execute my plan, which she didn't bother to sit there and tell Sam. But she was like, she needs Britt, so could you just have Jason bring her back? And after some back and forth, that just wasn't really needed. They just kind of squashed that whole thing. And the reason why Maxie's getting so freaked out is because Britt also acts as a buffer zone between, Maxie and Peter. And, Sam was like, I can be there. I can do that for you. So Maxie was like, okay, fine. But right now I'm hiring, I'm interviewing, nurses and stuff like that. So, Sam was like, oh, I can be there. I was like, no. Maxie was like, no, I don't need you to intimidate these people. So, until I need you, bye. I mean, they talked about Dante for a little bit, and honestly, to tell you the truth, I felt like the only reason why they brung up Dante really was to reaffirm how Maxie screwed up, because she basically pretty much was sitting there saying, everyone told me about Peter, Dante told me about Peter, I didn't want to listen, yada yada yada. That whole conversation about calling Dante to come over and help was like no point other than just to remind the audience or the new people of how bad Maxie screwed up. So yeah, and after that, well, Sam left, and that was pretty much about it. Like, that was literally it. After Peter and Cyrus was not there talking, nothing major happened except for the fact that Cyrus was like, listen, Jason's on the run. I mean, he's can come to your doorstep at any point in time and just, doop, doop. And that just would have been it. I know it was laser sounds, but still. Well, he had to sit there, point is, he was like, just watch your back and everything like that, but, Peter's like, he's been wounded, like I can take him or whatever, it's not a big deal. Of course, Cyrus called him an idiot, and I found that pretty funny, but besides that, nothing really happened. Peter interviewed some woman named Chloe, and then, interviewed some woman named Chloe, and then sent some woman named, Chloe. Yeah, interviewed some woman named Chloe, and then sent over some woman named Jenny. And so the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, well, okay, what happened to Chloe? You see Peter buy a dumpster. What was the point of that? Like, somebody in the chat, please tell me what was the point of actually killing this woman. Like, there wasn't a better way he could have handled that, where he just had to put one more body count onto him. Like, what was the point of that? You had a list of people, and what, because Maxie picked out this person and you didn't like this person, so you decided to kill this person and send it over to someone else? Well, why didn't you just... I'm not gonna lie, that's just confusing to me, and it had nothing to do with the fact that I had a long day. I just don't understand why you had to sit there and kill this woman. You couldn't just send her packing and be like, nah, you're not gonna fit or whatever. And like, what was the point of that? You just dumped this woman in a dumpster. Like, damn, bro. I guess we just need to be reminded how evil Peter is, in case anyone forgot. So, yeah, he did that because, well, he's Peter, and yeah. So after Brooklyn got off the phone with Maxine, Ned came over. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm having deja vu, and I'll talk about that more in the end if I remember. So Ned comes over, and he's all snitty talking about how proud he is of, you know, Brooklyn and her just being a mother and just kind of taking it more serious. Meanwhile, Brooklyn is feeling more guilty and guilty and guiltier. And then, walk into the living room, show the guitar. We already knew it was coming. So Ned sings to the non-baby, and the whole time Brooklyn just feels like crap. Which, to be honest, she should, because I understand that she had good intentions on trying to do something to get back ELQ, because she feels like she was responsible for ELQ being, you know, in Valentine's hands. But I don't understand how she thought this was going to play out without an actual baby. I mean, I'm still waiting for the backstory of that. But then again, I'm still waiting for the backstory of Holland. Holland, I think that's... What's her name? Holly? I think that's her name. Still waiting for the backstory of that to get solved. Remember that? Remember she was sitting there captured? And she was sitting there banging to get out? Yeah, I don't know if they're actually going to ever get to that. I find that so off-putting because that was months ago. And I know I'm going off tangent, but like... Hopefully we get the backstory to the whole Brooklyn thing, because... I don't know, GH just tends to act like people have amnesia and just totally forget about certain stuff, so... That's awesome. Yeah, she feels like crap. Song's over. Olivia comes in, and then Olivia offers to cook or cook with Ned to try to salvage their relationship, apparently. I don't know how much salvaging it did, because Ned still went home or went somewhere, and Olivia's staying there for reasons that I cannot really explain. I know that she's there because she wants to in some way make the marriage work, but I felt like when she talked to Robert, well, she pretty much just all but checked out of that marriage, so I don't know what's going on with that. But, yeah, Brooklyn feels like crap, and that was pretty much about it for that. Now, I feel like the volume of this thing just climbs. Sonny's side story. So, Sonny tells Nina about Elijah and the shady dudes that robbed or tried to rob the whole charity event, and how Elijah was the one that bailed this man out of jail. So, hearing that, Elijah must have just had his ears burning, because he just walks on in, and once again, he's like, hey, listen, I did you a favor, you know, by having this person to come to, you know, try to give you a better offer on some apartments or whatever. And, you know, with that being said, Nina was like, you know, why don't we just go out to dinner? And Sonny turns around like, I'm sorry, what? What? Did you just not hear what I just said? I just told you that he's practically the devil incarnate, and you just said, yeah, let's go on a date. So Elijah is smiling, whatever. He walks over to Sonny, he says, oh, just Mike, and walks off, because, you know, apparently that joke just never gets old. So he leaves. Now, Sonny is just like, we just had a conversation like 7 minutes ago. Did you not hear anything what I just said? So Nina is like, yeah, no, I heard what you said, but, you know, I want to sit there and go on a date with him, so that way he could sit there, so that way she could sit there and try to get information, because, you know, apparently now she doesn't want poor Lenny or Phyllis to get taken, taken over by this guy. And she also feels that, listen, Sunny has been trying this from the quote-unquote bad cops. Now she's going to try it from the good cop. I'm just not there thinking, Nina, you got away from Port Charles for reasons. To get away from all the craziness, this, that, and the third, and just the whatever, the drama and all that other stuff. So you go to Nixon Falls, and now you're just like, all right, let me just get in more crazy drama. So what was your point what was the point of you leaving Port Charles to get away from the craziness and the drama and all this other stuff just to be pulled into, oh, I forgot, Nina's supposed to be a good person, so, okay, listen, I know she's not the devil, but, like, apparently she's going to be doing it for a friend, so she's going to be doing a good deed. Even though she's been lying to Sunny and his family, but whatever, I just simply digress on that. All in all, that scene was actually good. Now we're going to talk about a scene that just seemed like it was just like a scene from Full House. Goodness. Jocelyn and Carly. Listen, I guess from a mother-daughter's perspective, and it was a nice, heartwarming scene of Jocelyn comforting Carly, telling her, listen, it's not your fault, Jason is a big boy, Sonny's a big boy, they knew the life that they were getting into, they chose to do what they did, it's not on you. So she pretty much just gives her a pep talk and makes her feel better. And that was pretty much about it. So it was a nice, sweet scene. And, yeah, we'll just sit there and put it that way. Listen, I'm trying not to be negative Nancy. I'm just like, alright, this is cool. This is great. This didn't go anywhere, but okay. Alright. Whatever, fine. Oh, yeah, and Jocelyn sits there and talks about the tournament, about, like, her being somewhat self-centered. So, I mean, to be fair, I've come a long way with Jocelyn. Because I'm not going to lie, I really didn't like her in the beginning. I didn't, and I was just like, man, why can't we get Christina come back? Like, I did not like her up until she whooped Nell's ass. And then I liked her. Like, moving forward, then I liked her. But up until that point, but yeah, I guess it was a nice, sweet scene if you're into that sort of stuff. And to me, I was just like, okay. Now, the Jason and Britt scenes was interesting. Particularly more interesting, well, how I looked at it, because I was like, man, Sam is going to be pissed. Listen, I know that she broke up with Jason because of the life that he lived, and yada, 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 and she wants to be a good mother, and all that other stuff. All the stuff that she told herself. Okay, fine. On some level, I understand it, but at the same time, it's like, well, you kind of, like, should have thought about that before you start having kids with this man, but whatever. But seeing how close Britt and Jason are getting, to me, I'm just kind of enjoying it. Mostly for the fact that I know it's going to piss off Sam. And, well, I think we all established how much of a petty person I am, so there's no point in denying it. But to be honest, she really did piss me off the way she broke up with him, so there's that. Anyway, the whole scene was pretty much about Jason not sleeping and, Britt making sure that, like, he doesn't bleed out by moving around too much, by not healing, by resting and stuff like that. Just kind of hovering and stuff like that. And there's one point where, Britt is like, she talks about coffee. She's like, says something about coffee, whatever. And she's like, all right, I had to leave. And she just walks off. Like, you see the scene, like, the previews or whatever, so you're just, it's like made to, have you believe that she just said she couldn't take it and she just left. She left and she came back to get coffee. I was like, damn. And she really had to get her coffee. Listen, I'm not a coffee person. I don't like the whole jittery thing. I don't know. I just really can't do coffee. More of a tea person. But apparently coffee is like lifeblood to people because she literally risked like both of them getting caught. Now I'm thinking about it, she literally risked both of them getting caught because she went to go get coffee. And where did she get coffee from, by the way? Like, I'm pretty sure, you know what, never mind. I'm sitting there talking like this show is supposed to, you know, follow some sort of semblance of logic, but I'm just sitting there thinking, you really risked, like, I don't know, his freedom and his life and your patch-up job because you really had to get coffee that bad? Okay, I don't know how much coffee means. I'm not a coffee person, so let me know, is coffee just like that extreme or somewhat extreme? They talk about Carly. Let's see what else to talk about. Nothing major, but they just, honestly tell you the truth, they just have some good scenes together. I do like the way that they bounce off each other. That's always really interesting. And it is nice seeing a vulnerable side to Britt, you know? Because Britt always, you know, comes across as, like, very strong and very, like, in charge, and I guess she came across as the Britch, which I'm glad I missed because, to be honest, I was not a fan of that version. But it's nice seeing her actually being caring and just kind of just letting down her guard and stuff like that. So they had some really good scenes. Yeah, they had some really good scenes. Side note, the woman who came in, Nurse Jenny, I know she's not the DA that Sonny practically got fired. I don't know if anyone remembers the storyline. This is a really long time ago. This is when Sonny was trying to seduce this prosecutor. What she did, they went out for a little bit, and then the minute that Brenda came in town, he kicked her to the curves, and I was like, damn, bro. I mean, like, I like Sonny and everything like that, but that was one of those times I was, like, super disappointed in him. The point is, I feel like she sort of looks like that old DA. I don't know if anyone remember what I'm talking about. This was, like, kind of long time ago, though. But she kind of looked like her. I don't know. If anyone remembers, let me know. I think that's about it. I really do. If I missed anything, write it down in the comment section below. And yeah, I feel like deja vu. Like, not this whole episode, but that one part. That one part where Ned is singing to Brooklyn. I don't know why, but I honestly felt like maybe about like a good year ago, I felt like I remember that scene in a dream or somewhere. It could have been a dream. But watching that scene, I was like, it's the weirdest thing. I felt like it played out just like that. And I remember me sitting there just looking at the scene like, man, this scene is, like, I just remember just the feeling of just having problems with that scene. And it's just the weirdest thing. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for listening to me rant for 2 minutes about deja vu. But, yeah, that really made me feel like I've seen that before. So late, I actually want to have chocolate, but I can't. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching. I know this came out super late. Mondays is my late days. So yes, thank you for watching. Be safe. Let me just throw a star in the comment section below. I will catch you in the next video.